The US government just entered into its first shutdown since 2018, and that is like 7 years ago. And if you currently look at what the market is doing, the S&P 500 is trading at all-time high, which is 6,688 basis points. And I'm expecting another new all-time high because the previous one was 6.7 and currently is 688. So looking at the market doing a bit of new all-time high, but because of this news we might not get what we are expecting. So we're expecting the market to do some numbers. So if we look at the news right here where we saw the government. So let's listen. But before we listen to it, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I post enriching videos like this. So if you trade the US stock, I think you want to listen to these because the market is about to give you an opportunity, and for some, it's about to reduce your profit. So let's listen to what the government is currently doing in the United States. So let's go.
7 years at midnight, the government ran out of money. Both sides are blaming the other while millions of federal workers brace for what is a very uncertain future. What was the final chance to keep the government open failed tonight in the Senate. Majority Leader Thune and Minority Leader Schumer had this to say.
Well, I know why we're doing this, Mr. President. The Democrats' far left base said jump, and Democrat leaders said how high. But the far left's determination to oppose anything President Trump has ever said or done is not a good reason for subjecting the American people to the pain of a government shutdown.
Of course.
It's natural that people understand that Donald Trump and the Republicans want to shut down and Democrats do not. We need to deal with this health care crisis now, not later. But the Republican bill fails to do that. I urge my Republican colleagues instead to join with us, work in good faith to keep the government open, keep costs down.
President Trump is threatening to fire federal workers and cut programs and benefits.
So because of the shutdown, I don't think it's going to affect stocks. But what is going to affect stock right now is what the president is about to do. So if the president shut down or try to fire a lot of federal workers, I think that will result to massive sell-off in some sector, not all sectors, so to speak. So let's quickly look at what has happened in the past based on these shutdowns. So this is not the first time the US government is shutting down, so you don't need to panic. If this is the first time, then we'll be saying, we don't know what is going to happen. But it happens in 1976, and that lasted for 10 days, and the S&P returned negative 1.6%, and also 3.4%. Then for a week, it did negative 1.6%. So for the 1977, this lasted for 12 days, and it gained 1.6%. You can imagine why they are still in shutdown. Why for it returns 3.2%. Then for a week, it returned negative 0.6%. So let's quickly look at that of 1978, which seems to be the, oh no, that's not the highest. The highest so far was 2018. So 2018 lasted for 34 days. And despite that, it gave a return of 10%. And we also have a positive 3.7%. So you can see an average of this. So the last one was 2008, and it's actually the longest, followed by 1995. So you can see, despite all this, the dip we experienced from the S&P 500 was not much. So that is to say, you don't need to panic much because you are good to go. You get the point. So all you need to do is to trade your normal trade while using your TA for you to see the stocks you are going to go in. So we'll continue to track how the S&P 500 is going to perform and update you on what you're going to do. So right here, you see that we're currently going on the all-time high. And anytime we're on the all-time high, we are expecting, you must expect a pullback. You can see there are some pullbacks that we've experienced here. So by the time let's pick the FIB 2 and let's pick from this recent low here and let's take it here. So we'll be expecting a dip to this area here, which will serve as another support. So resistant on support. That's what we are going to be expecting. So if you want to look at the most active trade right here, we'll be looking at Nvidia, looking at Tesla, looking at Meta, looking at Amazon, Microsoft, CoreWeave. We're looking at Apple, we're looking at Palantir, looking at Wood, looking at Oracle Corporation, looking at AVGO, looking at Alphabet, that's Broadcom, looking at Applovin, looking at AMD. Very interesting stuff, guys. So we'll be looking at all these, and that will give us insight on how we should be able to trade. So first of all, let's look at Nvidia. Let's see what Nvidia is currently doing, and let's see if there's any buy opportunity. So one of the reasons why you want to go into some of all these stocks is they have that ability to give you 5-10% in a week, in a month. So if you understand trading and if you want to do those sharp return, this is another good one for you to consider. So 5%, 10% is actually huge. So Nvidia is still struggling to cross to this area. So we'll be expecting Nvidia to do 200 at any moment, based on what they are going to give us in their earnings though. So we'll be following Nvidia for a long time. After they did their splitting, you can see after splitting, the stock came down to this part, which was also another buy opportunity. I was discussing with a friend, and I told the friend that, see, there is some stocks are what we call sure banker. You know, they will definitely happen. The only thing that will make them not to happen is when the government shut down. And some of these stocks are Nvidia, for example. When Nvidia did their splitting, the stock actually came down below 100, and I said from 90, I said Nvidia is going to do 100%. And I said this is some kind of stocks you want to bet big on. When I mean bet big on, you want to go all in. I said if the worst happen, no problem. But I am good, and I'm very, very sure that 90% the good part that I anticipated will happen. And guess what? We have done 100% already. So let's quickly look at another stock to watch, which is Tesla. So if you watch my previous video, I gave you guys Tesla, and I gave you guys why I expected Tesla to rally. And for those of you who actually follow my call, I think by now you should be in profit. So Tesla, I think when I gave Tesla was around 350. That was when I gave Tesla, and I said we are expecting a break from this area. And guess what? We actually got that break to this point, and that takes the price to 447 before we are seeing a pullback to 444. So that is another good returns if you follow my call. So let's look at another active trade again. We have the likes of Meta. Meta is actually doing some good numbers. I just wondered why Meta has not hit $1,000, because I expected Meta to do that number. So this is Meta platform, formerly Facebook. Let's look at what they are doing. Currently, they are dipping, but if you look closely, you will see that they are currently around the previous resistance that happened on February. That's what they're doing. So same thing, it came down around this area, 724, before pushing back to 788. That's like 10%. And now it's coming down again to 726 before pushing to 734. And are we expecting a bounce back from here? Of course, we may get a bounce back, because this is not the fourth time. This is the second time. So we still have one opportunity again for us to take some profit. So that is for Meta. And let's quickly look at another one, which is Amazon. So Amazon is another good one to look at for. Let's look at Amazon, and let's see what Amazon has for us. So this is Amazon. So Amazon is 219, and is actually down here, and is respecting that same area too. So Amazon, I think if you can get Amazon, if Amazon can come around here, let me not say it for those who actually have the stock, but you see, if you can get it around 200, of course, you know 220 is another 10%. You don't know the power of 10% if you can compound it. Let's look at another active one, which is Microsoft. Let's quickly jump to Microsoft. Microsoft is SFNT, right? Okay, exactly. So this is Microsoft. Microsoft is coming back. You can see it's going. It has done 554 before, and now it's building up again, and it's shooting up. So that's the most active stocks, and most of them are the significant 7. So let's quickly look at some top gainers. So we have the likes of of Cure. We have the likes of Agilent, which is A. We have the likes of NG, which is Nova Gold Resource. I think if you are trading gold, you should look at this. And we have the likes of New Gold. Let's look at New Gold. That's NGD. Let's look at NGD. That's New Gold NGD. So New Gold. Let's look at New Gold because I think the price of gold is actually shooting right here. You can see where's the news again. So there's a news of gold shooting all-time high. Okay, this is it. Gold climbs to record as U.S. government shut down boost. So as a result of that, gold climbs to record as U.S. government shut down boost heaven. So this as a result of the shutdown that is happening. So it's actually giving gold some momentum. So that is what we have here. So you can see it is actually moving alongside. So if you look at gold, we're having similar movement with this. So you can consider this if you actually expect gold to continue to rally, so you can get some sharp percentage. Maybe it will be returning back to all-time high since the gold is hitting all-time high. So new gold international should be, because they actually have gold in in their their custody. So that's some quick information I just want to share. We had some also here. We have Pew, we have SHNY, which is a macro sector gold 3x leverage. So this is another level again. When you see 3x leverage, that is if you are gaining 1 naira, it will be, if you are gaining $1, it will be $3. That's what they meant by 3x leverage. So we have top losers also. These are the top losers. We have energy fuel, we have uranium energies, we have a macro sector, oil and gas, we have alcohol, we have different stocks, guys. We have Bitmine, Immersion, we have a macro sector, we have Visla, Silver Corp. So these are some top gainers and top losers in the US market. So, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that I get notified to my post and enriching videos like this. Until I come your way again, keep making money and keep protecting your profit. I love you, all my friends, and there is nothing you can do about it. Hands to head salute. See you in the next one.